Hola, hello, my name is Maria. I'm coming from En Lo Real. If you want to check us out, we're on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok as well. En Lo Real. You can search us up. And we're here today with Tina Padilla, who is.
Hello.
Do you want to tell us a little, introduce yourself?
Or? You can do what you need to do.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here to play with Maria, because that's what we do best. We like to play and have fun.
Tina Padilla is a retired Chicago teacher, and she's also served on the pension board. However, now she's a retired member, and she's here to help us, educate us about the Chicago teacher pensions.
Hi, as Maria said, my name is Tina Padilla, and I have to pronounce my name Padilla, not like they used to pronounce it when I was in grammar school, Padilla, and that's another story why it's traumatic for me, and that's why I want to say Padilla. And yes, we are ready to launch our training that we were planning to do when this first was envisioned back when I was censored. And I don't want to go backwards, so I'm not going to get in. You can read about it. It's all, we know where we can find information. But now we're moving forward, and I started a nonprofit. We are a 501c3, and one of our pillars or our domains, however teacher talk, domains, business talk, one of our pillars that we stand on this business is education. And one of the things that I feel is really needed, and my education and my training is coming since 2011 is when I was first elected, and I ran with Ray Wool, who is the trustee and president of the Pension Advocacy Group, PAG.
That's our
yeah.
We had started.
Yeah. Maria, myself, and a group of us. Well, before there was a different group, and that group was, I think, intentionally sent to squash what we were beginning, and that's with Helen Ramirez Odell. She's the one that said teacher training has to be one of the pillars or domains of the Pension Advocacy Group, and we're ready to launch it. So we're asking anybody who is interested in learning about how our pension is managed, run, please reach out, Pension Advocacy Group at gmail.com. You can also visit us on our website, which is, it's still evolving, but it's manageable.
Do you want to say her name to thank her? No.
She knows.
Okay.
I didn't ask, so I'm not going to bring any.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. She knows who she is. Thank you. Oh, she's on our website. Yeah, she's the manager. Candy, I call her Candy. She's on the website. You can meet all our trustees and everybody that's working behind the scenes to make sure that what happened to the private sector pensions does not happen to the Chicago Teacher Pension Fund. That is my focus, and I'm just doing what we had already planned many years ago. Since 2011, all of these ideas have evolved. Some have come new, but knew, to best serve our members.
Yeah.
We knew since 2011, the plan was to diminish and impair, which is one of the things our Constitution protects us from. But I started in 2011 when our pension fund, the funding ratio, and that's something you will learn in the teacher training, it was at 59.9 when I started, and I thought by the time, in 3 years, one of my goals was to get it to at least 60%, 65%, I was thinking at the time. And it's fallen to 47%. And I'm trying to figure out why, but I'm unable to. Because I FOIA things, I do not get back complete and accurate information in my FOIAs. And we've done a lot on our own, but it's going to take all the members to become educated consumers so we could move forward and protect our defined benefit
Which is
plan.
what I was going for.
Okay, go ahead.
What is it? So you say, or we're saying, bringing back the defined benefit plan. What does that mean for the public, for the teachers?
Okay, that means that it's okay. How I like to describe the defined benefit plan is, I see it as a deferred compensation annuity insurance. It is also known as an old age and disability insurance. And when you participate in the Chicago Teacher Pension Fund, it's our own annuity. We're self-insured. This is our annuity, and it's been fraudulently misrepresented. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking that question. It's a guaranteed retirement income.
That's how it
guaranteed.
Should be. That's how it
yes,
should be.
For the labor, we work hard for our money. We serve our public. We serve our employee. We make other people really, really rich. And all we're asking for is that our money that we work very hard for to save. So, and I hate to use these words, but these are the words that they use in textbooks. People outlive their usefulness, believe it or not. That's what they say about us. And what do we do with them? What are we going to do with the people who outlive their usefulness? They can't do their job anymore. Like they want teachers, say you're a kindergarten teacher, which you've experienced that, and you're like my age and trying to get down it with the little babies on the floor. Do you think that's right? That's not serving the educator or the children that she's trying to serve. So we all understand this, and why are we trying to say something that ain't right?
Period. Where was I gonna go with this? Okay. We have. Well, I'm not a part of the. I'm just like an outside source looking in, but I know that the union, the pension, invests in stocks. So, and this is how, if you haven't already seen in one of our videos, at least in my videos, how they have misrepresented the money and invested in things that they shouldn't, just because they want to, increase the money, but at what cost? And it's at the cost of other lives, including the wars that are currently happening, including in Israel and Palestine. We need to get educated on that, and that's something that we've touched base on as well. So this is a question for you. Do you have regular reviews on the stocks chosen by the pension manager to be sure they align with the values of the CTU and retirement fund? So this is like our research and how we want to educate others into, putting their vote in, even in these meetings, as to if to invest in these stocks or not.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why PAG exists, because when I was a trustee, the first year I was a trustee was pretty good because I was on sabbatical. I was earning my MBA, and it was my MBA with a concentration in finance, because I've always been in finance, I guess because people think I'm a mathematician, that I like finance. It just fell in my lap. I wasn't something that I was looking at or to do ever.
We love to look at our financial gains and how it should be represented, right?
And I knew that as a trustee, I couldn't do the due diligence that I wanted to, and I wasn't getting briefs. I was getting things. I might even have one back here, a folder. And the folder was about this high, and I went and I just kind of skimmed through it, and I figured I can ask questions at the meeting of the things that I wasn't able to do my own due diligence and understand, and that's when my problem started. So when I became the Pension Advocacy Group representative, I started FOIA. I would FOIA for information so that I could start doing what we need to do. I want to make sure that the information that's coming from our staff and our consultants agrees with the due diligence we did outside. And what happened is I wasn't getting the information that I FOIA'd. They had two versions. They have one for the public, which is only 7 pages, and one version that goes to the trustees, which is about 58 pages. I don't know. It depends on who's creating these reports. Different people, the staff, depending on the staff that creates the report, the current person that's creating the report, I'm just telling you, I am only getting like 7 or 8 pages, and it's not giving me the full picture, and I'm not going to start developing a benchmark to score if our pension, our trustees, and our staff. We're paying big money to professionals to do right by us, and we're not getting what we paid for. So I am not able to answer that question for that member. I'm trying to, and I'm asking that you write your trustees and say the public version should be the full version of the financial summary report that the trustees get every month.
And also, I did want to say some of these questions that we're reading are some of our thoughts that have been in our heads for you guys to know about, but also these are actual questions coming from you guys, the public, as to what we're doing, and this is what we want to be here for, to answer all of the questions. So I'm gonna go towards, how do you think that we got to this point? And I'm reiterating for tier 2 because that's kind of how this loophole started.
Right. So the way I'm going to tell you the way I see it. This is according to Tina Padilla, who has been studying the pension, CTPF in particular. I'm just focusing on one, but I believe this could lead to, it's a trickle, I shouldn't use that, trickle down effect, but domino effect. You know, if we save one, we'll save many. And I believe the people that came in with a different product, I'm calling it a product, which is the 401k for the private sector, 403bs for the public sector. I don't want that to take the place of what we have now, because it's a subprime, and they should have never done this in 1995. The CPS, our employer, who is supposed to be matching, people understand the 401k language, or your Social Security is a defined benefit. Your Social Security is a deferred compensation annuity insurance, old age and disability insurance. That's what it was intended. That's what it was created for. It is our retirement savings in addition to our inheritance. This is how it was designed for us. The tier 2, sorry, I had to give the backstory. Sorry, I gave too much information. I gave too much information, but I have to give you the backstory.
Period.
So now they don't want to pay back what they owe us, so they are creating laws so they don't have to pay us back what they owe us. Tier 2 should have never happened. It impairs, it diminishes and impairs our pension fund, which we are given constitutional rights that this should be protected. And we want our defined benefit, our Chicago Teacher Pension Fund, to be protected by our Constitution, and we want Tier 2 to be repealed. Thank you. Sorry.
No.
Too much.
No, that's
Too
perfect.
many words.
That's perfect. And then, if you would like for us to continue educating, and please check out our website, and we have donation boxes. Again, we're starting it from the ground up, and I'm thankful that you've educated me, not only me, but others I know around us, and we want to continue to do so. So if you would like, we are also having our second fundraiser. We had our first fundraiser already.
Check it. I would put some things out. Maria will probably advertise on her channels. We have fun, and we made enough money to continue the training that we need as a representative. I'm earning my certified financial planner to
She's currently in
continue.
school still.
Yeah, I'm continuing to make sure that I'm speaking the same language that the people that are managing our money are speaking, so there's no, misunderstanding.
Especially, so kudos to Tina. She's continues with her education and.
But I'm a teacher, and that's why I share my knowledge with my students and former students, and they're still learning with me. And if you want trustee training, and this is the first question for you. That's the second question. Okay, because the trustee, the invitations, the election process has started for the Chicago Teacher Pension Fund. If you're interested in learning more about how to become a trustee, and we hope that our trustees that are now in place would have gone through our training, because if they would have gone through our training, the mistakes that are continually happening now happened back in 2011 because we were naive. I was on my sabbatical. I was in business school. I had financial experience, but I didn't know the behavior that some people
to this day
are repeating. They're repeating the same mistake, and we don't want to do that. So please, I invite you to come and learn with us.
And then we'll insert, if anything, the flyer if we can here. If not, you'll see it on our social medias, either Pension Advocacy or En Lo Real. And we need all the help that we can get to continue to represent you guys. And we want to, represent non-for-profits as they should be,
Right, and I know non-profits have been getting bad rap, but
we want to do it
we are a non-profit, and we're going to remain a non-profit because we are working with a lot of money, and that's the problem.
Well, we are not. We don't have the money for us, but we're saying the money that
we're
unions
trying to protect. The money that we're trying to protect is a lot of money. Therefore, we cannot be a for-profit. We are protecting the money that other people want to profit from, which is fine. We can help do that. We want our money to work for us, but we know too much. I have to stop talking because I might get myself in trouble and her in trouble.
I think we're going to stop there. So if you would like to continue this education with us and this restoration that we have, please, and if you want to donate your time, your energy as well, if you have a business and you want to do business with us, please let us know. We're open. You can at us at our emails. We have the links provided already. Please let us know. We can with all the help that we can get.
And we have to remember to.
Her shirt says, "Let all that you do be done in love."
We do this in love, and we hope you join us and help us spread love and fight for justice.
Right on.
Peace out.